So, yo, today I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna try to stretch this video out to 8 minutes. I'm not even gonna have a script. I'm gonna just do this video based on memory, and I'm gonna just be talking about Lonzo Ball and why I think he has one of the most tragic careers in NBA history. And I feel like people talk about it being tragic, but I want to put it into magnitude of how tragic it is. So let's just start from high school, right? In high school, dude was legit like a fucking demon, bro. Like, him and that Chino Hill squad literally led their team to it was insane, bro. I'm telling you, bro, that Chino Hill squad was crazy. They literally had an undefeated season, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he goes to UCLA, absolutely balls out like everyone expected, but like he went crazy, bro. Like, I'm gonna play a couple like UCLA clips.
Ball steps back, long three, of course!
That's Steph Curry. Just do whatever it takes. Classic Kiki Vandeweghe step back footwork. Magic Johnson,
Breaking down Lonzo Ball's step back 30-footer.
Bro, Lonzo Ball's UCLA highlights were crazy. Like, he was one of the best college point guards of all time. So, of course, when he goes to the league, people are going to be like, all right, what is Lonzo Ball going to do, right? And on his first year on the Lakers, I think it was actually like a pretty good rookie year that people don't really give him credit for. I don't know the exact stats, but from my brain, if I can remember, it was like 10 points, couple assists, couple of rebounds on decent efficiency. But you got to think about all the pressure he had, and just the jump from college to the NBA is very, 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 very hard. And you could always see the glimpses of what he could be. But this kind of brings me back to my point about why Lonzo Ball's career is so tragic. It's because, yeah, he was really good in college and high school. I feel like at most Lonzo Ball could be like a three-time All-Star type of player. I don't think he could have been the face of the league. But, you know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. But, you know what I'm saying? We go to his second season. It starts off a little rocky because he's adjusting to playing with LeBron. But I think he actually started to play like really, really, really good. Like insanely good. But I think he got injured, and that was like one of the first signs of why Lonzo Ball's career is so tragic, is because every time he starts to figure shit out, it seems like the worst injury just randomly happens, and it's just fucked up, bro. And that was the first case of it. That picture of him on the Lakers, man, with that injury, that shit is just really sad, because I think that was the moment where I think, not that his career was cooked, but like I think that people just knew that he wasn't going to be a star. But, you know what I'm saying, third year, new life, gets traded to the Pelicans. Things are looking up, you know what I'm saying? People, are looking at this Zion, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo trio, and with Josh Hart. They're like, you know what? This is one of the best young cores in the league, and they're going to rule the NBA for years upon years. Now, fucking 5 years later, none of these guys are on the team, which is, I think, a bigger fumble. But, you know what I'm saying? Lonzo's 2 years on the Pelicans, I think the first year was really good for him. I think he averaged about, I think since that was the year I remember, he got his three-point shot right. And so he averaged about, 14 points, couple assists, you know what I'm saying? Just a really good starting point guard, and plus with elite defense. But I think this is when people started to realize, all right, Lonzo's probably not going to be a superstar, but he could probably be an all-star level player and just, have good defense on the side. And he definitely did. I mean, I just think with Lonzo Ball, and I think on the Pelicans, you could just see this, I just don't think he never had that aggressive mentality. And I think that's what actually makes him such a good player, because if you know about Lonzo Ball, he literally makes everyone on his team better, but it might just not be show in his stats. Like, he is, I think, one of the best plus minuses in the league, and he had the best plus minuses on that recent Bulls team, even though he didn't really get a lot of minutes. But, all right, I'm getting off topic. Second year with the Pelicans, his stats looked really good, but I don't think the team was good, and I think because that was a mix of, him sometimes being injured. I don't know. Something was off. But when he got to the Bulls, man, I remember it like yesterday. Man, since Lonzo Ball has been one of my favorites, it was so amazing to see dude just finally eat and just thrive and look like the star level point guard he could be. And man, that year on the Bulls especially, they were the first or second seed in the East, man. That really looked like, you know what I'm saying, it was gonna be the Bulls this year. And I'm not even a Bulls fan. I'm just a Lonzo fan. And I'm like that season, it gives me nostalgia. His highlights, he was so good that year. And you can just look at the stats. He was making everyone else better. I think if he stayed healthy that year, he would have made that All-Star team. And it's a sad thing that he got injured that year. But you know, when he got injured, people were like, shit. You know what I'm saying? People were like, you know what? It didn't look that bad. But then he couldn't walk and run. And then people were like, oh, shit. What is going on with this dude? And then, you know, he goes 2 seasons without playing basketball. And this is probably one of the saddest things I've ever seen. Because you're a young star. And then you finally get to where you want to be, and it's like he got punished for finally reaching his potential and finally looking like the player he was supposed to be. And I don't really think he's a what if, because he's still actually playing good on the Bulls right now, which actually makes this story less tragic. But what I'm saying is, the way he was progressing, I think he would have been so much better than he is playing right now if, you know what I'm saying, those injuries just never came to him. And it's just fucked up, bro. Like, that like a player finally reaches his potential and then all these damn injuries just come and fuck him over. Like, Lonzo Ball is a really sad case in NBA history, because there's not many stories like this where, and the only really one I can think that's close to it is Victor Oladipo, where just a player like actually finally reaches their potential and then gets injured. Like, usually what happens is they like are playing really amazing and then just get injured right after. But you know, that's what happened. And I think the NBA should probably look into why a lot of their players get like career-ending injuries like this. If it's such like, I mean, okay, the real reason why all these NBA players get injured, everyone knows it, is because of fucking AAU, bro. AAU and all the damn basketball these guys play. Because I'm telling you, when I was on the team, when I was playing basketball for high school, I was like, damn, we low-key playing and moving a lot, and I'm not as good as Lonzo Ball. Imagine how much extra shit Lonzo Ball had to do, and all of these guys, and people wonder why they're so injury-prone. It's because they play too much basketball, and they also, what's it called? They don't. I don't think they like prepare their bodies enough, and especially with LeVar Ball did Lonzo. What he did to Lonzo was fucked up. I think like when Lonzo was like 2 and shit, he was like making him do a bunch of athletic stuff, and I guess it got him a lot richer, but his career has ended up a sports tragedy. Well, I want to say sports tragedy, but he's back playing, but it's just not as good. And I know his minutes weren't as good, but when he played, his jumper was a little off. But all right, let me get back to the thing. So now when Lonzo Ball comes back, you know, he still has that impact. You know, he's still an amazing, impactful player, right? That we all, you know what I'm saying, love. But, you know, when after he was getting a little bit of a hot streak, I remember, it was like 5 games averaging 13, you know what I'm saying? He's looking like prime Lonzo Ball again. This dude gets a fucking wrist injury. Now, the great thing about it is, even though this is bad to say, at least it was a wrist injury and not something to do with his legs. Because if it was something to do with his legs, that would just be like straight tragic. But since it was a wrist injury, you know what I'm saying, he can bounce back from it, and I think he will. Now, I will always have hope for Lonzo Ball. I really want him to get back to that 2021-2022 Bulls form. But Lonzo Ball is just a cautionary tale about, you know that saying when someone says, hey, stop, don't, what's it called? Like, if you're playing basketball, you already know, like, they're saying, you know, there's someone in the gym working harder than you right now. But when someone says that, just think about that player's future and just think about how much better it is just to get extra rest too. And keep working hard, but just make sure rest is important too, and to be patient with it. And that's all I got to say. First video on the channel, you know what I'm saying? I think this shit's going to go good because now I got experience with YouTube. I think I'm going to hit the algorithm going crazy. But bye-bye. See y'all another day. Probably daily basketball content, and it'll be from anything basketball. I'll talk about good shit, bad shit. I don't care. But today I want to do more of a tragic story because it's just been on my mind. But that's it for today. Bye-bye, guys.
Zul je clubboys, bitch.
Yeah, we get all them drugs, and it's insane how we looking for the signs. When I look at you, I can tell something's up.